So like I don't like the Kardashians. I think it's like mind cancer. Personally, I respect what they do.
Right.
Behind the scenes, I know what they're doing business wise. I see it.
Yeah.
But like the way they're presenting it and feeding it to people, it's fucking with this like, oh my God, so today like I need to go to this skim shoot. It's what the like. This is not what business is. They're feeding you a false perception of what business is, and it makes women like, I want to be like Kim Kardashian. I'm gonna go to the skim shoot and make $10 million. It's like, that's not how it works. There's someone building the business on the back end of that.
Yep.
Kim is just the face attached to it. You're not gonna be the face of that unless you already are famous.
Right.
So I know what they do behind the scenes, and I respect it. The way they present it to the audience, it feels kind of like dodgy.
Yeah, that's the genjutsu, the illusion.
My girl was here glued to the screen watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I hear it, I'm working, and I hear it in the background, and every single fucking thing is like, so we're doing Paris Fashion Week this week, and we're gonna do this, and Kylie needs to do this, and it's like, bruh, what the fuck is going on here?
It's a false perception. And it's funny because a lot of people, and then we could close with this, but a lot of people, they don't recognize the individuals who are at that stage. It's a completely different game for them than it is for somebody who's just starting. Because I can't tell you how many people, especially now with like the hustlers community that's on Instagram, where people think, well, I could just build that image immediately straight out of the gate, come from nowhere. The amount of people who think that you can go from zero to that high level of fame overnight, it takes so long to make it to that point. Kim Kardashian in 2007 couldn't have pulled off what Kim Kardashian has done now in 2023.
Is the game they play now is way different. You know, the game they play now, and they own that entire space. If anyone tries to replicate it, it's just a knockoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Kim Kardashian.
Exactly.
So it doesn't hit the same. Like, she can do it because it's her thing. She's created her own lane. You cannot be in her lane. She'll crush you. Why would they go for the knockoff Kim Kardashian when they can get the main one, the real one?
Yeah.
So she's created her lane, and that's kind of what makes it work for her and their whole like family. But outside of that, it's hard.
Yeah.
I guess my last question, something we could end it on. You're Kim Kardashian. You're not Kim Kardashian, but let's say you were.
I like black men.
And one white dude.
Yeah, that is true.
What makes her choose to have the baby with Kanye? Because she has all these like athletes. It's good genes. Athletes, good genes. Right? Basketball players tall, football players fast, strong, agile. Kanye West, creative. He's none of those things. He's not tall, strong, fast, or agile, but he's very creative. So as a woman, what do you think women like more? Are they gonna go and have a baby with a creative dude? Or are they gonna take these fucking genetics gifted from God? Because her having babies with Kanye confirmed my thought process that they would much rather have a genius, entrepreneur, billionaire type than they would like a 6'5" fucking basketball player.
I think for her, it's like it was kind of what we see now, where people just, I want to have my fun and then I'll ultimately settle down after.
Yeah.
Although there is no settling for Kanye. I think at that point, when she got with Kanye, it was coming out of the divorce, or maybe even in the midst of the thing with Chris Humphrey.
But I also think that
I would say the reasoning is probably of everybody who she was with. Kanye probably upgraded her like nobody else.
Yeah.
When she was with, whether it was all the other flings in the 2000s were a little bit different, but I think the long-term relationships that was on paper, Reggie Bush going into when she was with Humphreys, and then I forget all the other people in the middle, but then when she got to Kanye, and she talks about it, where he upgraded her entire wardrobe. She wasn't a fashion icon.
All her businesses, even Skims, is all like Kanye, like neutral colors, like Kanye influence.
It's all of his influence or whatever. So I think because he was by far the best option that she had, and he still at that stage, because I think everybody who she was with, there was like a level of equivalence.
Right.
Kanye was so far ahead of her in status, financials, for all intents and purposes and everything. And then even with the vision, that was what created it, because she felt like I'm a number two. There was no equivalent.
Exactly. I think
so
that's what
I think
women
that's
like.
ultimately what it was. Yeah, because you ultimately want
She doesn't want
women to search
even
for
like
somebody who's
equivalents.
better.
I wouldn't say Kim Kardashian was equivalent to Chris Humphries because they only found out about him through Kim Kardashian.
It was even high. It was either equivalent or better.
Yeah,
like
so
I think
she
with
was
Reggie
like-
Bush at the time in 2009,
Yeah.
in the reality
like, oh, these people
space,
are dating,
she
yeah.
was here. Reggie Bush was working his way up, and then they were there. There was somewhat of an equivalency. Because
Right.
I'll never forget, I watched the Super Bowl 44. They beat the Indianapolis Colts. They interviewed Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
I'm watching the thing. They're like, what is she doing at the? So the moment that I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's over. They're about to go. Her whole fam is going to go up. But then with Kanye, I think because he was up
Already,
here,
yep.
and then she was ascending, then I think what ultimately, although with Kanye's erratic and everything of that nature, I think it got to a point where in 2020, she ended up reaching him here. And then Kanye, because of all the outbursts and everything of that nature, slowly started descending. Still a musical genius and everything of that nature, but I think it's
at
different.
that level though, you can get bigger.
Yeah,
There's no getting bigger.
Right, this is the interesting thing about it, because now a lot of people are always talking about with like, where does she go from here? Who's the next dude?
She can't.
I don't think you're gonna find somebody
Any dude
who's
she
better.
finds, she's gonna platform him.
Yeah,
Unless it's
exactly.
like fucking Drake or something.
Yeah.
Any dude she dates, he's getting platformed. Mm-hmm. You know, so that's kind of like the issue she's run into.